I'm very invested in watching Andy's show on the history of reality TV, the one that's been on Bravo the past few weeks. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I do. That
On
new, like,
Thursday nights. Yeah, like I'm only past the first episode, but it's gonna like chronicle everything. And I can't wait for like the Bethenny episode and them talking about how she changed everything with her business sense of reality TV. The Kardashians did too. They did it in a very different way than Bethenny did it though.
how do you think the Kardashians did it differently?
It's a great question. I think it just looked differently. I don't think that they had that much of a plan. She had the plan. Like she knew she was the ultimate influencer. She was talking about working with brands before she was even on the Housewives. I think that her brands came a lot out of necessity and her real true life, as opposed to, I think, some other people that, not even the Kardashians, but just others who choose to out of nowhere do something. I mean, the one thing that Bethenny is an amazing, amazing chef. She is an amazing cook. That is one thing that she taught me, like that hands down, that I use things that she taught me. I'm not like great, but I know how to be in a kitchen because of her, and how to use ingredients and put things together because of her. And that's how like she started everything, right? Was on her Bethenny Bakes cookies and her understanding of a market and what is needed. She was just a little ahead of her time for that, right? People were like, what is gluten-free? Like, no, unless you had an actual illness, you didn't know what that meant back then. But she was always so business oriented and such a hustler.
Yeah, I mean, when I think back, like the one picture I have of Bethenny, well, not one, but like one it goes back to is the small apartment, those parquet floor tiles, and in the ShopRite or whatever it is, that's where my mind goes to, like hawking that, I guess, was it Bethenny's Bakes? I don't even know what
Yeah.
product. Yeah, and just like, okay, the person's walking by, you don't want one? Next, like, just that's where my mind goes to Bethenny and like the first visions.
Yeah, and it just was magical to watch her transform that to being at a liquor store with people waiting outside before it opened to stand in line for hours to get a bottle signed. I mean, it was just there were so many moments that were captured on television during those years that were so epic in her journey of being a successful entrepreneur. And that's really cool for her to have as like an album, to have those moments on television.
And you think she's like what, one of the original influencers before it was a thing?
I don't think, I know. She was, yeah. She was working with Frangelico and Pepperidge Farm before like the internet had recipes on it. She was she was accomplishing that. She was working with Pepperidge Farm to put together recipes, and then she was on the back of their box with her recipe. I mean, that's original. She was one of the first, if not the first.